Cascada Cafe Retiro in Popayan, Colombia. Please tap the like button. I would appreciate your help to disseminate this important information. Please subscribe and tap the bell to receive the latest videos. Thank you. A 2015 Soros-funded think tank predicted a 2020 breakdown of the global food supply following an outbreak, just as Bill Gates' 2019 event 201 simulated a global pandemic. Why are multiple billionaires speaking to outbreaks and food insecurity in 2020? Because Agenda 21, 2030 isn't just a name. It's a war on all of us, and it has gone hot. Information in this video has been taken from Ice Age Pharma with permission in order to disseminate this important information in any way we can. Coronavirus, now COVID-19, cases continues to spread. However, you do not hear this truth on mainstream media. Atop CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention official, says U.S. should prepare for coronavirus to take foothold. This was published on CNBC Wednesday, February 12, 2020. At some point, we're likely to see community spread in the U.S. or in other countries, said Dr. Nancy Messonnier, director of the Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases. The U.S. military has already started enacting their pandemic preparedness plans to an executive order which includes quarantine assistance for civilian operations. In other words, they are deploying the military on U.S. soil, which is completely against Posse Comitatus Act, a United States federal law to limit the powers of the federal government in using federal military personnel to enforce domestic policies within the United States. The explanation given is that this is a global problem and therefore global problems demand global solutions. This was the type of language invoked by the Club of Rome over 100 years ago. In 1993, the Club of Rome published the first Global Revolution book. According to this book, divided nations require common enemies to unite them, either a real one or else one invented for the purpose. Because of the sudden absence of traditional enemies, new enemies must be identified. In search for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. All these dangers are caused by human interventions, and it's only through changed attitudes and behavior that they can be overcome. The real enemy, then, is humanity itself. We're back to problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, which then causes a big emotional reaction in the public. The public then demands something must be done about this, and then they present the solution. The solution, which they wanted all along, always reduces freedoms and further enslaves the ignorant public. The concocted existential threat serves to unify nations under a world government. Coronavirus is exactly this type of global threat. In the words of the Director General of the WHO, World Health Organization, we're mobilizing the full power of the UN, United Nations systems, and bringing together partners to support countries respond to the 2019 coronavirus outbreak. No one country or organization can stop this outbreak alone. Our best hope and our only hope is to work together. They're invoking the words of the Club of Rome, but also echoing billionaire Bill Gates' funded Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise on October 18, 2019 in New York, which illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during a response to a severe pandemic. A similar exercise was created by a different billionaire, George Soros, called the Food Chain Reaction Game. This global food security game imagined that in the year 2020, The food systems would be under immense amounts of stress due to overpopulation, rapid urbanization, political instability, climate change, and disease. This was imagined by George Soros 5 years ago, that come 2020, there would be an outbreak of a disease that would so severely cripple the global supply chain that tens of millions of people would starve to death. This article states, virus threatens U.S. company supply of Chinese-made parts and materials. In this article, in the American First News, coronavirus exposes China's monopoly on U.S. drug, medical supplies. 97% of all medical drugs come from China. Yes, that's right. 97% of all medical drugs come from China. There's a problem here, right? Clearly, we must prepare, and one way is to grow our own food. Other than growing your own food, I invite you to join us in Colombia to learn and start seeing what other options exist. In these transition times we are now living, we need to be malleable and adaptable. We cannot and must not live in ignorance. The journey for every individual is unique. There is no government solution. The solution is individual and internal. The internal preparation is the key. We must first remember who we are. Without this inner preparation, no amount of physical preparation will save us. Doing nothing and waiting for an external technological savior is even more insane. Please hit the like button, share this information, and join us in this adventure. I wish to teach what I've been internally learning and preparing for during the last 18 years. Long-term stay at a Colombian farm, 12 kilometers from Popayan, Colombia, 120 USD per week or 400 per month. Truth Consciousness Workshop at Cascada Café Retiro in Popayan, Colombia, March 2nd to 6th, 2020 in Spanish, and April 6th to 10th, 2020 in English. Infinite love.